Hello and welcome back to Manda TME and welcome back to Ark Gotta Tame 'em All. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. We are going on an undersea adventure. So of the remaining tames we have, most of them are aquatic. We need to go in search of anglerfish today. One, because eventually we'll need to tame one, but we also need angler gel to tame mantas. It seems like a certain irony in the fact that one of the most common aquatic animals you meet, especially early game, is the manta, and you honestly need to travel to some pretty scary places to find angler gel. I did look in several caves to see if it would be easier just to dispatch some anglers in a cave. However, I was not so lucky. If you'll see here, Blanca, my basil, is a little extra zippy. This is what I was talking about, that weird dilation that happened with the stats when I made some adjustments and then tried to adjust them back to their original form. So for whatever reason, everything is a little too fast. So it took me a little bit of practice. I actually practiced before recording because basils already have a ridiculously wide turning radius, and then you add the fact that they're a very big animal. It's a little bit like steering a shopping cart that's been fitted with NOS. So you'll have to forgive some of the jerky motions of the camera. I did my very best to make that better. So this also is a really good opportunity to look for some other aquatic animals that we will also be taming. And I think you may have already gotten a glimpse of one in the background there. Definitely the ocean terrifies me. In the real world, the ocean terrifies me. Something about the deep ocean is somehow more frightening to me than outer space. I guess it's because outer space is a more definitive unknown, but the idea of something so scary and creepy living on the same planet kind of beneath my feet in a way, it was just really alarming. Aha! I didn't think I would find one so fast. I'm definitely super paranoid here because oh my goodness, there's so many scary things, and here come in those Cnidaria, and that's why the basils are so important. Is you cannot be dismantled by Cnidaria or Electrophorus when on the back of a basil. So I was very upset because I had drugged Mr. B out to do some Tusoteuthis taming, and we will see him later on. And I took note of this very specific location that, oh, there's a Tusoteuthis, I think we can go after it, and totally overlooked the fact that it's an alpha. Can't tame an alpha. So, but I am keeping an eye on it. I should have just fought it for the XP, honestly. I was just so blinded by the fact that I found a Tusoteuthis so close to one of my bases, and it seemed like a good place to tame one, because they notoriously spawn in at the edges of the world, which sometimes causes problems with taming. So I learned from some other folks and from the wiki that while anglerfish essentially spawn everywhere around the perimeter of the map, at least this map, they most commonly spawn in the far southeast and the far northwest. And while both are perfectly viable, I felt like the southeast comes without the environmental issues that one would encounter in the cold biome to the northwest. I don't know why I'm so proud of it, but I finally reached the lowest depths of the arc. I don't know, I just thought it was a really cool achievement to have, especially since the ocean on the island doesn't seem as deep as some of the other maps. But the first map I really kind of cut my teeth on was Valguero, and that has like that whole underground biome, the like underwater like aberration area. So maybe that's why my context for how deep the Arc Ocean really is a little skewed. Speaking of skewed perceptions, was anybody else super shocked to find out that plesiosaurs are mean? I don't know why, I thought they would be like big old whales, but they're terrifying in Arc. It took absolutely forever, but I did find anglers. And I don't know why, I definitely like blanked out because I kept checking my inventory. I'm like, I'm not getting any angler gel. It did not occur to me to check my basil's inventory. Oh my goodness, plesiosaurs. Thank goodness for my basil. It is imprinted. The only thing really outstanding about it is, of course, its stupid speed. But that's alright. We're always learning, always growing. Yeah. So we definitely have Tusots. I saw a ton of mosasaurs, a couple other low-level basils. I saw exactly one Leoplorodon while circling this map in search of things. Also, I didn't know that Euryptids were on this map. For some reason, I thought they came later. But I guess that doesn't matter with the introduction of other dinosaurs. But I was like shocked. I was like, wow, what are these guys doing here? This also gives me an idea where to find some Electrophorus. I'm hoping that either Nooblets or Teach has a video on Electrophorus, because I don't even know where to start to like passively tame one of those things. I guess this is why I've been a big coward and waiting to the absolute end to, tame these. I think that anglers may not be too bad. I'm less intimidated by tames that are, the knockout variety. Alright. So on the way back, I did find a manta, and where's my footage? I don't know. It's probably where all my lost left socks are, hidden under Ripley's bed. But anyway, so he was really quick. He's really low level. It was only like 2 angler gel, and he was happy to come home with me. So this is Merlin. So technically we get to scratch mantas off our list, which feels good since last week was largely a prep week. So a big old pink paint swipe for you, sir. Merlin has like 0 weight, so I tried to like film me riding him, but the second I stepped on wearing even just armor, he was just like, I'm encumbered, so he went back in his Pokeball. So Mr. B did want to try some Tusoteuthis taming. He's never done it. I've never done it. But unfortunately, immediately after we started, Blanca aggroed on an alpha meg while I was messing in my inventory, and she dove into the deep ocean, and she hasn't been seen since. I hope she's enjoying herself. I did check the tribe log. Blanca isn't dead. Blanca is on her own adventure where she is now the main character, and I wish her all the best. It was a fun few days. So watching, I believe it was Nooblets. I'll have to go back and look. I'll probably link it up in the description once I find it, but I believe it was Nooblets who suggested the use of turtles to tame a Tusoteuthis, and because they can be very, very tanky, so I bred up between clips here, so between recording days I bred up a bunch of turtles, and they are really strange to maneuver underwater. Kind of the advantage is they're quite tanky, and they also don't have a depleting oxygen bar, which I think is wild since they are not a deep ocean creature, but they might as well be. What you don't see is over my shoulder, Mr. B is in fact, yeah, you see him there, kind of keeping an eye out for things that would dismount me from my turtle. We got as close as possible to the locations that I previously saw some Tusoteuthis, but it's still quite a dive to get there. So we started off in the southeast, and now we're kind of in the southwest, and we do spend a lot of time just going back and forth along the southern coast in hopes of finding a Tusoteuthis. Not that it would have mattered for the first Tusoteuthis we saw because it was an alpha, but we did see that other one later. I think it was a level 68, but I went out looking for a Giga and ended up doing a dino wipe, and then totally forgot that then I wouldn't know where the Tusoteuthis were anymore. So still struggling to find a Giga. I think we've only seen 2 on this map. It's absolutely insane considering how many Cha-Chas we've seen. Mr. B had swam ahead and found a Tusoteuthis, and I was like, where is it? And didn't notice until I was actually in its grasp. And I think you're supposed to go up to the beak. I'm pretty sure you're supposed to go up to the beak to feed it the black pearls, stacks of black pearls. And then I guess my turtle clipped through the sand here, which I guess is a really common thing because of the terrain here. So you can see that it had something, and then it slapped me pretty good. And this is the first death of many. So by this point, you have seen my many failures, and there were more failures, but these are the best ones to actually show you. A lot of them I spent clipped through sand and things. So I think I might have been successful in the run where I was killed by the Electrophorus, simply because the Tusoteuthis grabbed my turtle and it had not clipped through the sand. But at this point, I had lost several turtles. I had lost my dignity. I can't tell you how many times I had come back for my inventory. So I've come back with a taste for vengeance. Screw this Tusoteuthis. We will come back to this. I need to do more research about Tusoteuthis because this obviously isn't working. I don't know why I thought the goggles would make a difference. Everyone knows the goggles are the absolute worst. So my idea was I was just going to get my inventory back and, you know, swim my way back to the beach house. And, yeah, it was the plan. But like many plans, they are not the best. Also, I learned that I did not make enough saddles for all the turtles. So this was my last gambit. Everything seems to be going okay. Turtle in the claws. I guess those are tentacles. And I'm ready to go. Turtle's fine. Turtle's alive. So it's busy. And I think, oh man, just one more time. I think I'm also forgot to wear my dang flippers. And at this point, the turtle was cast to the side, and I'm thinking, what now? Why did I do this? Why on actual earth did I do this to myself? Because now the turtle is back clipped through the stone. I think once the bait has clipped through the world, you're kind of done. I haven't seen anyone else really recover from that either. It's really frustrating. So, yeah. Here I am. No mount. My turtle has clipped through the world, and I don't know why I thought I could hide in some kelp. Why did I think this? Why on absolute earth did I think I was going to be able to hide in the kelp from a sea creature that hunts prey in kelp? It's kind of its job. I really miss knockout tames. That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah. Screw these goggles. Screw this stupid Tusoteuthis. Yeah. I hope somebody else feels my pain. So, I do eventually make it here, but, this was painful. I cut out huge swaths of this, of me just hiding in the kelp and replenishing my oxygen. So I took Mr. B's unnamed basil, and I went back after very slowly making my way to the surface. Because apparently I'm a spiteful hunter. Call me Ahab. Oh my goodness. So I killed the Tusoteuthis. It did get me with a final inking, which I feel somehow is ironic since this was reckless and stupid. Stupid squid.